Okay, I recently got to go to Vegas as part of work, and I got to stay in the Paris hotel. Now, we watched an episode of Hell's Kitchen, me and my wife, and we saw that whoever were going to win this season of Hell's Kitchen would become the head chef at Gordon Ramsay's steak in the Paris hotel in Las Vegas. So I was able to make reservations for it. I can safely say, having never gone to a restaurant of this caliber before, when you first go walking in, you walk through a small section that's designed to be kind of like the chunnel, like a scale replica. We then walked in, took the elevator to the second floor. Yes, it's actually a two-story restaurant on the inside. Got to sit in chairs that make my office chair look like crap. Nice, beautiful, high-back chairs. Got a nice spot to overlook. And the food. Wow. So good to the point it would turn you into a vegan afterwards, because you'll probably never have steak that'll come anywhere near close to this. We ordered some appetizers. My wife got the short rib tortellinis that also had sweetbreads, which I believe is the hypothalamus portion of the brain. It was 4 small tortellinis, but those 4 little morsels packed phenomenal flavor. I had Kobe tartare. So it's American Kobe beef done tartare style, which essentially is a raw preparation. And it came out with a little glass dome on top of it, because they blow in mesquite smoke. So when they pull the dome off, the smoke, which has already kind of been infusing in the meat, goes everywhere and gives this really unbelievable just inhalation of just fantastic smoke. And it had a quail egg in the center of it, like a poached quail egg. This tartare was absolutely phenomenal. There's no way around this. That was some amazing tartare. You know, good marbleization, beautiful flavors to it. You know, there was like Guinness-soaked mustard seeds with it as well, and capers, and everything was just beautiful and fresh. And then get in for our main course. We missed my wife to get the Kobe fillet, which when they wheeled out like the meat tray with this, you know, your section of meat here, then like an angled mirror, so you could see the meat from pretty much a 360-degree view. And the meat was just amazing. I almost wanted them to just wheel that tray cart system up to the hotel room and just snack on raw meat all night long. It looked that fantastic. She first wanted to get hers medium. I'm like, no, you have to at least get like medium to medium rare, because this is going to be some of the best beef you'll ever have. Like cut with a spoon tender. And just fantastic. I first had to go with the beef Wellington. Having watched Hell's Kitchen so many times, I was really looking forward to either having risotto, which is on the menu, scallops, which also is not on the menu as an appetizer, or the beef Wellington. Now, it came with like a red wine demi-glaze, and I was like, eh. I actually asked if I could have the demi-roasted bone marrow sauce to go with it. And they bring out a bone that's like this big, perfectly cut in half, with just beautifully cooked bone marrow on the inside. My waiter pretty much told me the way that you're supposed to eat bone marrow, think of your meat as bread and the bone marrow as butter. Just close your eyes and just picture that for a moment. I had beef Wellington, you know, which is this nice like fist-sized hunk of meat, cooked to a beautiful medium rare in the center. You know, where the fat layer on the outside is almost fully separated. So you get this undeniable, almost like unctuous flavor from it. And this really nice flaky outer crust on a bed of like potato puree and root vegetables. Shit. It's hard to describe how good this food is. And then it came time for dessert. My wife had got chocolate layers, just kind of like layers of different types of chocolate with like Nutella and stuff like that. It was okay. I'm not a huge chocolate fan, but it wasn't that bad. I decided to go with, I think it's called sticky toffee pudding. It's one of Gordon Ramsay's like most prized desserts. It is a bread pudding that was like this big, like a huge portion of bread pudding that's got toffee flavor to it. They then pour a warm brown butter sauce on, and on the side there was brown butter ice cream. Yeah, that decadent and over the top. And of course, then it was done. The bill showed up, and it was like $300. She probably mentioned me, my wife, don't drink alcohol. So what $300 was just food. But it was probably some of the absolute best food I've ever had in my entire life. You know, I've gone to great places in places like New Orleans and all that. But this, wow, you can entirely understand why Gordon Ramsay is a world-renowned chef. So, if you happen to be going to Las Vegas and you're in the mood for some fantastic food in a beautiful environment, it's a lot of dark colors, you know, lots of like blacks and reds. When you see the women, they're all wearing essentially a black outfit. And they all look pretty similar, which is really bizarre to see a bunch of women who are all different body shapes have a similar enough outfit that they all look very similar. I asked my wife, I'm like, I'm surprised you put red lipstick on them, and then it would have been like that one song from the 80s. Drawing a blank on it. But anyways, Gordon Ramsay's food at steak. Wow. When we left, my first thought was we have to find out when we're going to come back to Las Vegas. Not to gamble. Maybe we'll try to catch a couple of shifts. Not to gamble, not to drink at the party. So we don't do those things. But to go there and to have some of the food at Gordon Ramsay's steak. It was absolutely fantabulistic. I had to make up a word because there's just... It's like incredulous. Any terminology you think of for food, add like three of them together, and that comes kind of close to how good that food was at Gordon Ramsay's steak.